Welcome back to the channel. All right, we are definitely going to talk about the July 4th deals, kind of my thoughts, my predictions on them, and then I'm going to do this in the form of an account tour. I haven't done an account tour in forever, but I know that I'm definitely evaluating my account, looking at it and trying to think forward like, hey, I know a lot of resources are going to be coming my way in just a few weeks, and how do I want to do that? What do I want to go about doing it? I have left Tier 1 War a while ago with SSX there, and I was with 4Loki for a very long time. I still enjoyed Battlegrounds very, very much, but I'm enjoying my Vega Prime account, the free to play and all that stuff. And I just want to have a great time playing this game, and I want to continue to put more and more effort into my channel, which I can tell you all are really enjoying as we knock out a ton of videos this June. A lot of videos I've been wanting to get to. So here we go. And this is where we're at. And I'm at the Tier 4, and you're like, oh, great, Vega. That's a lot of Tier 4 class catalysts. It's a player like you. No, it's obviously the Tier 4 Alpha. You can see we're coming up on the ability to rank 3 another champion. There's been some Tier 4 Alpha deals the last few weeks. Those have been kind of hard to ignore, but I haven't gotten a single one. I knew July was coming up, and we've talked about me and spending on this account, and I want it to be something that I'm doing for enjoyment of my account, of course, but also enjoyment of this channel, right? Enjoyment of this channel. I did a whole video on this about a week ago. It's very much on my homepage and things like that. You can see it's kind of it's titled, the thumbnail is titled, Why Spend? We're not going to make this video about that. And then we're going to look at my Tier 6 class catalyst here. You can see I do like to try to hold on to these things. Right now, my account, 7-star rank 2s, 7-star rank 3s are really what's going to be progressing me forward. I've talked at length in these top 10 videos that we've been doing this June about what I feel like is happening with 6 stars ascended. And I'm kind of jumping off that train. I jumped off a while ago, to be honest, but like, and I don't blame Kabam. This is not anti-Kabam. In fact, this is kind of like pro player, right? I'm enjoying the game. Is the idea that I need to go out and get the newest defender and buy that early access and all of that, and then rank them up and ascend them so I can put in my Battlegrounds deck, is I don't want to do that anymore. I definitely did do that with Bullseye. I did it with Serpent, partially because my boy DLL, right, designed that champion. We've been friends since, I think it's like 6 years now. But I've more or less stopped that. I'm not going to say I'll never do it again, but that's not where I'm at. And I think the long-term play is to use my hard-earned cash, my hard-earned units, and those sorts of things on huge sales like 4th of July and stuff like that, as opposed to that monthly upkeep and things. So that's where we're at in this regard. So let's go ahead and and I think it's important to take a look at my 6 stars first. And we're going to take a look at my 6-star rank 5s, right? And you can see all of these ascended champions fill a pretty vital role, right? Like Onslaught was definitely for defensive capabilities, but proven to be offensively very good. Kate Bishop, we've talked about, she's going to be relevant for a very long time. I put out a video recently because I love MCoC so much. I love playing MCoC so much. So good, such a fun play style. He's not the best skill champion. We did the top 10 skills. You can see where I have him ranked. I do enjoy Battlegrounds, so that gives me a real incentive to play him more and kind of rate him very highly. I think I will take him double out of the CCP challenges should I ever actually do them. I don't know if I'm going to be honest. But after I did that video on my own MCoC, Campo put his rank 3 Spider-Man Stark Enhanced video, and I'm now doubting myself a little bit. I might go Sparky, so that's fine. That'll be a good problem to have should I ever do those accounts. Cosmic Ghost Rider, just absolutely broken. Hulkling, I've been on Hulkling for about 3 years now. I think it's 3 years ago that he came into the game. Scorpion, Nick Fury, Red Guardian. I love Red Guardian. I hope he comes as a 7-star. Kind of funny with him lined up with all those broken champions there. Nova's been a great ascension. I know Nova looks like they're going to be coming to the game in a Titan Crystal. We really don't know at this point, but they are in kind of the missing champion game file counts for us as a 7. Really wants that high sig, right? I talked about Nova when we did the top 10 Cosmic. For a detailed explanation on Nova, you can make sure you check that out. Next on Teenage Warhead, she felt like someone I kind of needed to get. This is a perfect example, though, of another reason why I'm not going to get those early access bundles anymore, unless I just absolutely really want someone, is she's not even making my Battlegrounds deck anymore. She's good. She's great. I've had people use hers to beat my account, to beat me in matches. But I just have other mutants that I'd rather use. Mutant class has gotten really strong. I have 7 stars and 6 stars I'd prefer to use. And that's a perfect example of it. Very rarely in this game, and I do think it's a really healthy thing for the game, is there a champion that you need? There's a champion you want. They can help your account. They might help you out where you're weak. They might help you with content. But you don't need them. And I think that's really, really healthy. Serpent, I think he's one of the best Cosmics in the game. Bullseye, I think he's fantastic. Skill champion, I'll be pretty excited if I pull him from a Titan Crystal. Prowler, I do hope I have time to. Prowler's one of the videos I don't know if I'm going to get out before I head out on this vacation. We've got a full month of videos lined up for you. Been doing a lot of work on the weekend and at nights to get these done. And I'm hoping to get out Prowler. If not, do yourself a favor. Go to Bittersteel's channel and watch a phenomenal showcase on Prowler. If you've recently pulled Prowler from the Titan Crystal or from the 6-star featured, go check it out. This is a fantastic champion. Iceman, not as available as a 7. Ant-Man, Gladiator, you're familiar with these champions. Black Panther was someone I took up for Alliance War for the tactic. I was happy to do it. I volunteered. Okay, so keep that in mind. And then moving on down, Juggernaut is a champion where, like, if we just get handed a bunch of Ascension, like if 4th of July, I just happen to be getting things because I think the resources are really good. I think it makes sense for my channel. I think it makes sense to show things, to be able to rank things up, to be able to test champions for you and do videos and things like that and battleground streams of that nature. And I get a bunch of Ascension dust, I'll probably ascend Juggernaut. But what I'm feeling right now is that I really want to get some other 7-stars, especially in the Mystic class. And if I'm able to get them and I don't pull Juggernaut, I'm probably just going to start banning Juggernaut more. And why spend the Ascension dust on mine? I'm definitely not going to go and reach for Ascension dust on 4th of July should it be in the offers. It is not something I'm going to search out. It is more going to be something that, like, if it comes my way because I'm already getting an offer for something else that I want, then I'll use it. Of course, I'm not going to be a numbskull about it. You know what? I thought I had ascended my Aegon for Necropolis, but apparently I did not. I know I'd boosted big. I still think he's a great Ascension candidate, though, because every little bit counts. And even though it's only 20% attack, it still counts. It's still helpful. And the more items it saves you, the better. And then you profit from going in Necropolis. Archangel was someone that I would potentially look to ascending because I just don't think he's ever coming as a 7-star. We will very quickly take a look at my rank 4s. Very quickly. Doom, someone that I would potentially rank up. But again, this would be like, if my resources are like overflowing, that's kind of where I am at in the game, right? I'm ready for Act 9. I haven't done the CCP challenges, but outside of that, I've done all of the content in the game. I have Quicksilver at rank 3. I got my America Chavez at rank 3 already. Immortal Abomination, someone I could consider taking up if I'm finding myself really wanting that synergy with Absorbing Man. It's a great synergy for Absorbing Man, great synergy for Immortal Abomination. It's a fantastic champion. I really think we're probably going to see him soon as a 7-star. I'm kind of surprised that we haven't actually. Moving on, Rintra could make sense, but I don't really like Rintra. I think Rintra is an absolute horrific science experiment gone wrong that just turned into a fortuitously powerful champion. Penny Parker, I'd rather just wait to pull as a 7-star. Gallon's one that I could see me taking up, right? For Battlegrounds use, and she's an absolute blast to play. I really enjoy Gallon. Shang-Chi, I've already got my 7-star. I could see me maybe taking up Jessica Jones. I actually advise that in her upcoming video you'll see, hopefully very soon, as I help people get prepared for their 4th of July. She's does not, best of our knowledge, not going to be coming anytime soon, as a 7-star doesn't appear to be in the game files for 4th of July sales. So if you enjoy your Jessica Jones or you're using her as a defender, your 6-star is your best bet. Really smart ascension. I'll cover that in the best champions to ascend. Nimrod, another situation where I could see myself taking them to rank 5 and ascending, potentially, maybe. And then Kingpin. These are all very worthy champions to do that too. It's just not something that is in my desires, in my looking, and something I'm excited to do because I just don't have a content to use them, and I will not be chasing them on sales or things like that. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at my 7-stars. All right, here's my 7-star rank 3s. And I know like a lot of you are probably like, oh, I get it now. And yeah, this is definitely the reason why I'm not as pumped up on the Ascension. I'm not advising you to not get the Ascension. I'm saying I'm not. I am not going to search that out. I am not going to. Yeah, it would potentially make my Battlegrounds deck stronger, right? And every month, like Arcade this month is a perfect example of like, if I'm really pushing Battlegrounds, if it was really important to me to get Celestial, then I would go out and I'd get Arcade and put him on the deck and make it difficult for my opponents. But I've made Celestial. I have. And I know the time commitment it takes. And I know that when you lose a match and it's due to RNG, I know how frustrating it is. And you're like, I may now spend hours making up those points because everyone is so good. The decks are so huge. Everyone is so skilled and knowledgeable at the game. And sometimes RNG, and it is RNG. I want to make that very clear. A lot of these things are like biases in the game, like Intimidate, Infuriate. It doesn't mean it's going to go your way. it's RNG and the draft RNG and the bans and all that. And it just might not go my way. And while I really enjoy Battlegrounds, those 2 or 3 hours that I would spend making that back up so I can crawl back into Celestial or super high Mysterium, one, I know I can do it. I've done it so many times. And two, I would rather spend making videos or streaming and hanging out with you and enjoying my channel. So that's part of me just enjoying the game and my channel. But these are my rank threes, and they are phenomenal. They are great. Most matchups I go into, I have a deck advantage. I definitely do, and I keep that in mind. I'm probably beating players who are more skilled than me. And it's a lot of it's due to my deck and the way I've gone about my rank ups. Quicksilver is the only one that I would maybe do differently, but not differently because of a different decision. Mainly, that's who I chose to rank up with my Omega Days rank up gem. If I was just ranking up a blanket science champion, it probably wouldn't have been him. We'll talk about who it would be. But aside from that, I am elated with them. America Chavez, Gushalis. Like, if you ever face me in Battlegrounds, ban those two. The people that ban those two probably have like a 90% win rate against me because they're like my binkies. Like, I know how to take so many different fights with them. They're the perfect example of what I'm talking about in all my tier list videos, where I say rank up the champion you know. Even if on my tier list there's someone who's considered better, because you're going to know how to use them. If you enjoy playing them, you're going to play them better. You're going to know how to stretch them and take matchups that maybe aren't their ideal targets. And I definitely do that all the time with America Chavez and Kushala. And when people ban them, I lose more than just two champions. I lose a lot more than that. Danny Moonstar has been phenomenal, right? Great, massive damage. Hulk, I've done the rank 3 Hulk video. It was fun to even just talk over it and remember like how brute force strong he is. Quicksilver is a great champion. I do actually enjoy playing Quicksilver when I'm really interested in playing. Like if I'm just trying to mindlessly do content, he is horrible to play because you have to pay so much attention. Photon, there's a reason why I call her the perfect champion, particularly for Battlegrounds. She is the perfect dual threat champion. Domino is very luck based. I get why a lot of you don't like using her offensively. I think I'm a pretty lucky guy and I like pushing the envelope. For me, it's often worth it to throw an SB2 knowing I'm going to push my opponent red, but if it crits, they're going to die. I find that fun and I don't mind losing a Battlegrounds matchup because of it. Kushala, I just talked at length about, and then Red Skull. Red Skull's a lot of fun to play. I had other tech champions I definitely was considering, and I love Shocker. And Red Skull, though, I think is a quote-unquote better defender, pure defender, and served a lot of purposes for me in that regard. So I took him up, and I've had literally zero regrets. He's also a very, very good attacker and good for Domino, which in Battlegrounds is incredibly, incredibly important. Let's go ahead and take a look at my rank 2s. And you're going to see there's quite a few of them. Ebony Ma, I have it like Sig 160 or something. It is something absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, 160. I just keep pulling him. It's like a 7-star crystal comes along and they're like, 50-50 chance of Ma. Should we give Vega Ma or someone else? And it's like the game files are like, give him Ma. And it's just, he's a good champion. I really like him, but you can also see, I've gone through like literally every single relic in the game, did all those videos. They're just not performing that well. So that's why I haven't been putting them out as frequently. I don't want to hurt my channel with them, but I will get them out, continue to get them out. We did do the tier list. I don't even have a relic on him, because the relic that's really great for him, I'm using on other champions. Sorcerer Supreme has actually really surprised me, and she has made it into my Battlegrounds deck quite a few times, despite being a slow champion. And I do in quotes because even I've been calling her slow. And it's not a weird pun. I'm realizing she actually has a slow too. The utility she has, I think, is not being asked of us very much these days. And so that's kind of a thing. But her heal back into block mechanic is probably never going to go out of style. And Kabam seems to be hammering that more and more as far as damage into the block and things like that. I really like her. And no joke, honestly, again, if I had more time, when I get back from vacation, she's probably going to be one of the first ones I make a video on, especially if a lot of you comment about her and wanting to see her. Because I do think she's still very, very good in this game. Just the Mystic class and the game itself has grown so much. And that relic is phenomenal for her. Bishop is a champion that if I end up with the ability to rank 3 a mutant champion, it's probably going to be Bishop. It might be Onslaught. That's where I'm at the moment. My use of Bishop has actually gone up. He's a real good example of the champions in Battlegrounds decks making someone else, another champion, more or less valuable. He's been a really good options for a lot of defenders and attackers and things like that. And then Bullseye. Bullseye has made Bishop a really valuable attacker again. Not that Bishop was not a valuable attacker, but it has kind of like cemented him to be a valuable attacker for another elongated period of time. And so I could see myself definitely looking to bring him up. And I also really enjoy playing him. Mysterio, I love Mysterio. It's just the tech class has grown a lot. And I think we're finding that the guy right below him, Iron Man, might be a more problematic defender. This is a trend I've noticed in the game, especially as we went through raids today. The old problems are coming back. The old threats are coming back, and it's really, really cool. I think it's expanding Battlegrounds decks. I think it's expanding our rank ups. It's expanding our rank up decisions, the things we analyze, and making the strategizing of team building for quests and Spring of Sorrow and all that stuff. I'm just really enjoying that about it. Like, I think Kabam's doing a phenomenal job about slowly moving metas along and bringing back some of these older defenders like Iron Man, Infinity War, and also Penny Parker, right? And Mysterio is someone we were talking about just 6 months ago, being a phenomenal defender. Still is. There's just more competition now for those positions. Shocker, I love Shocker. I've put my generic 6 stones into Shocker. Like, that tells you something. Did the video on that. You should check that out when you're looking to spend your generic Sid stones on champions. And if you're lucky enough to have an Awakened Shocker. Mantis. I really enjoy playing Mantis. I think I've just played her a lot. And so as a result, and also I recently discovered just how outrageously powerful Crossbones is. We'll get to Crossbones when we cover him. Titania's phenomenal. She's great. I've just played her so much. MCoC is still a very good defender, and I know in certain metas can do things offensively. The thing is that the skill class has gotten so incredibly strong that kind of neutered MCoC. Poor little bull devil thing there. Sunspot is another champion that I would consider taking to rank 3. The only reason why he's not on the top of my short list, but could get there, we'll see what happens on July 4th, is I don't want him banned. He's so insanely versatile, and I know how to use him relatively well that it's similar to my situation with Kushal and America Chavez. And I know that if I have a rank 3 Sunspot, the chances of him getting banned are going to go up significantly. Kindred, in my opinion, is the best pure defender in the game. People who know how to play Kindred still end up sometimes messing up because he's designed so well. He's a puzzle that literally any champion can take. Some are better than others. But if you don't play it perfectly and the Kindred is awakened, you're going to take some damage. I think a phenomenal defender. There's just a long line of champions I want to rank 3 in the Mystic class. But I think Kindred can do things offensively, just not fast enough for Battlegrounds. But if you're requesting War or something like that, they are just very, very good. Mojo, I love playing Mojo, and I wanted to actually promote Mojo and Battlegrounds tier lists and things, but the Illuminati talked me off the edge. They're like, "Hey, look, we get it. He's really, really good, but there are just so many science champions in decks these days that can handle Mojo that his defensive prowess has been neutered quite a bit. I still think he's good. I will definitely one day get the video out on him, and I think you'll be really surprised. Elsa Bloodstone, I mean, she's fantastic. She's phenomenal. Campo has shown us the way with Elsa Bloodstone, rank 3. Wong is an example of another Mystic champion that I would love to rank 3. I could just only take so many up. I love playing Wong. I love playing Wong and Necropolis. I had never played Wong before. And then I saw Normax's videos in Wong and Necropolis. And I was like, I want to do that. And I did, and it was great. Spider-Ham, one of literally my favorite champions in the game. Wong and Spider-Ham right next to each other. I think Spider-Ham just happens to be a more valuable dual threat champion in Battlegrounds. And as a result, is probably at the top of my list for science champions to take to rank 3. I really like Wiccan. I just don't seem to like Wiccan as much as everyone else does. There's not much more to say to it than that. I think they're incredibly powerful. They're great. You've just heard me talk so much about a lot of other Mystic champions. It's just a very long line, basically. Black Cat's great. I prefer Crossbones. There's not much more to say outside of that. Korg will eventually go up. Just an all-time classic defender. Diablo is so outrageously powerful. Put him in line with all these other Mystics I want to take up. Vox, I've spoken about so much. I definitely see Vox being powerful. If Arcade proves to be a difficult defender, you'll probably see me consider taking Vox to rank 3 should I have the ability. Guardian is great. Got the proper relic on him. Definitely on my short list of techs to rank up. Crossbones has recently moved to the top of my short list of skill champions. Probably is literally at the top, but can't think of anyone else off the top of my head that I would rank above him to rank 3. Even if I pulled a 7-star Bullseye. Tough to say. because that champion is just such a menace on defense. Even when you play him well, if he decides to throw a special, you're just going to take so much damage into the block, and having him as a 7-star will make that worse. But that's a problem for a different day, and if I do get that in 4th of July or sometime soon, as of now, without Bullseye, definitely Crossbones is my #1 target to take to rank 3. I really enjoy Overseer and Destroyer and Falcon and Shuri and Killmonger and Lady Deathstrike, all in different ways. They're great champions. I can see how long the video is taking, and I have talked about most of these champions in the top 10, so I'm not going to belabor any of these points. Shuri is the best champion in that group overall, in my opinion, and definitely worthy of rank 3, but chances are I do take up Shocker first, just because I enjoy playing Shocker so incredibly much. Gamora's phenomenal. I don't think I'd be in a rush to take her to rank 3 just because I have so many options, but she is very, very good. Havoc, I love Havoc. I love Sasquatch. Sasquatch is a great dual threat champion. I think what I'm going to do, if I can pull Werewolf and I can pull White Tiger, is I'm actually going to rank them, assuming I like them. I'll play them a lot, and assuming I like them and get familiar with them, I'm going to rank them, and I'm going to make Sasquatch actually one of my ban options, is the way I'm going to do that. If I can't, then Sasquatch will probably be someone I look to rank 3 very, very soon. I love Spot. I want to continue to try to work him into a Battlegrounds deck. He just takes a lot of damage in the beginning, and that doesn't work out too well with the way Battlegrounds is scored. Shang-Chi and I are having a bit of a renaissance in our friendship. I love Shang-Chi. Was my first, I think it was rank 3 or rank 4, 6-star, fantastic champion. But you just heard about how much I like Crossbones. Moving on, Onslaught will definitely be going up. That's the other champion in the Mutant class. It will be going up soon. I was lucky enough to pull and awaken Onslaught, and I think in only 3 Titan crystals. I do love Omega Sentinel. I will try to get that video out in late June or early July, because I can tell a lot of people, I think, have kind of forgotten how good she is. Atuma is a classic defender, very, very good. Often throw him in my deck just to put him on defense, and he causes problems for people because of that damage back mechanic. Venom is phenomenal. What's up, Big Evil? I hope you're watching, dude. I'm sorry I didn't put Venom in the top 10 of the Cosmic class. He could be there, man. Smart players do great things, just like you, Big Evil. I hope you're watching, buddy. And then King Groot, phenomenal. I really urge a lot of you who were surprised by King Groot being in my top 10 for the best Cosmic Champions in the game, go ahead and play him. Really look through that kit there. He's not a nuke. He is not a nuke, right? But he's not too slow and very, very good. Silk, if I can get her awakened, the weird thing is, I don't know if I'm enjoying playing her. I found that, I was so excited to pull her. I took her immediately to rank 2, started kind of playing her, and I was like, I don't think I'm having fun, which is surprising because of her heavy dynamic there. You'd think that with the similarity to America Chavez, I would really love that. Iron Man. I can awaken my Iron Man. His signature ability is so great for him. He's good without it, don't get me wrong, but it helps him with his damage so much. We talked about in the tech top 10. So if I can get him awakened, it does help him out with his damage. Watch the top 10, the tech top 10. Mole Man, I just don't enjoy playing him. Very, very good. Having him at rank 2, I'm really happy I do. I just do not enjoy playing him. Morbius, if I get Morbius awakened, I will consider it. I'm not kidding. I really enjoy playing Morbius. Campo has an awakened Morbius and showed me how good his awakened ability is for taking non-bleed immunes or whatever. Taking bleed immunes, you know what I mean. And then Maestro. Maestro's cool, and I think it's cool that there is a Maestro in the game. And I think it's like B McG really loves that. And Maestro's good. It's not a bad champion. They're just, I feel like I'm like waiting for something with Cosmic, and I'm not sure what it is exactly that I am waiting for. But I'm waiting for it. I don't know. Maybe I have this misplaced idea that like Hulkling's going to come in the game, or Kabam, can you put Hulkling in the game? I would really like that. He's probably a little too overpowered. But if Corvus can come, maybe Hulkling could. Anyways, so that's where we are out with that. And then as far as the 4th of July is concerned, I kind of learned because I did the predictions for spring cleaning, and maybe I'll eventually get back to being like very specific predictions as far as like this deal and that deal. But one of the things I kind of learned is, and I do think it's cool, and I think Kabam's been doing a really good job on the econ side of things of balancing the game, but also providing enough value to people who are spending money or spending their units that they want to get something, right? They're enjoying this game and want to increase their enjoyment of it. It's hard hard to say for sure what they're going to do. Like, no one predicted what they did for Mega Days. I predicted 7-star Deadpool, but I thought they'd get buffed. But then they went and they did something totally better with the Omega Days deal. So I'm not going to predict, like, this is what's going to be in the Odin and this is what's going to be here. But I will say this, and I hope they keep with this, and I think they will, because they have been, and I think it makes sense, is I hope that a lot of the unit deals, whether it's for Valiant, Paragon, like Thronebreaker, Uncollected, that they're rank up resources. Give the people who are grinding Arena and saving their units and all that stuff, like, guaranteed value. Yeah, sure, have a little fun with some crystals and stuff like that, of course. I'm not saying, like, don't have fun. Make it all reasonable. No, what I'm saying is like, give them something like secure, strong, better their account, some clear, defined value. And I do think that's what's going to happen. I do think there's going to be an Awakening Gem. I had predicted it for Spring Clean, but then I think it was Cat Murdoch who reminded me, like, hey, there's usually not unit offers. And I think the first time a 7-star Awakening Gem, it's going to be for Valiant and maybe Paragon, in my opinion. Make that available to unit. Please. It's like almost like a plea. It's a prediction / plea. I do think it's time for it. Who would I use it on? I don't know. I think it'd be, my Titan Crystal. I assume there'll be some Titans. I think my Titan will really help me determine how it goes. I could see me using that on Silk because she would get the slow. And I could definitely see me using it, probably not on Warbeast, because I think I'd want the Sig on it. Because I have a feeling it's just going to be like an Awakening Gem with some like random signature stones. Or potentially my Serpent, because I do really enjoy Serpent, and I'd have to see how long their immortality is. Or maybe I would just hold on. Right now I'm like looking like, where is my Serpent? Why am I getting worried that I don't have a Serpent? Oh, because he's only rank 1. That would makes me feel a lot better. So I would consider definitely doing that if the immortality is at least like 2 to 3 seconds or something like that at Sig 1. And then I think there's going to be a lot of like crystals. They don't seem to be pushing the difference between spenders and non-spenders too hard. I know it's different. I really do. And going through Act Account with my Vega Prime has really shown me I'm like constantly out of ISO, I'm out of gold. Rank ups are really difficult to decide. I've been really lucky on the pulls. So I see it. I'm literally experiencing myself. And I will say that I'm having fun because of the way I have to be strategic about it. But I also get that I get to like have fun with it because I also have my 583 account in this channel that more than brings in enough income to support any sort of spending I do on the game. So I'm also aware of that. And I hope that that's reflected. I do think Kabam has been honoring that very, very well lately. I'm curious on your thoughts on it as well. But those are my predictions. Those are my predictions for the 4th of July, as I do think that at least you're definitely your Valiant going to see 7-star Awakening Gem finally. I think there will be signature stones. I think there will definitely be relics. They are very powerful. And I think there's going to be a lot of 7-star crystals for your... I'm hoping a lot of 7-star crystals for like your Paragons and the next one below. And I think your Valiants are going to get access to a lot of Titans. I think they know that's where the real big value is for your players that are at that level who are wanting to spend, who are wanting to push the envelope in Battlegrounds, War, and questing. They want the new thing. They want the exciting thing. And I think that's what's going to be sold without being creating too much of a divide. I do think there's going to be a reasonable amount of Ascension dust. That's not something I'm going to chase. We talked about that already in here. But I think there'll be a lot of Ascension dust because I think that allows your lower spenders and your free-to-plays to strengthen their account without giving your massive whales a ton of rank 3s. I don't think you're not going to see me walk out with like 20 rank 3s. I know that's extreme, but I wanted to make sure I picked a number. I don't think there's going to be a gross amount of rank 3s available for sale. We'll see. Let me know what you think I got right. Let me know what you think I got wrong. Let me know what my account. If you have any suggestions, things you'd like to see. I asked a few questions in there as well too. Like I said, I will continue to spend on the account to help me make videos, to help me test out a variety of champions. I rank them all. I do a monthly tier list. I do a Battlegrounds tier list. I do the best to rank up, the best to ascend, the best to sig up. And then, of course, I do reviews on every single champion that I possibly can and have time for. And it's really hard to do that if I don't have at least some experience with a variety of them. I'm also having a lot of fun with the game. Issues aside, I'm really enjoying the game, and I hope you are too. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.